Hi all, Kevin here. In this video I will show you my Pikachu collection. I first want to apologize for a few things. First of all, to my subscribers. Almost all of you are subscribed to me for my Twisty Puzzles video, and I haven't uploaded in a while as well. I was pretty busy with work and also with this collection that I'm about to show. But don't worry, I will still make a Twisty Puzzles video, and I actually uploaded the collection update video simultaneously to this one. Second of all, I want to apologize for the cheesy title. I personally always kind of hate these kind of titles because they are all bound to change eventually. But well, since as far as I know, I currently have the biggest Pikachu collection in the world, and I know for a fact that this is the biggest Pikachu collection on YouTube. So yeah. And thirdly, well, this video will be pretty long, so a lot of Pikachus to show. First, a bit of backstory. I started collecting Pokemon cards from the age of 7, about 18 years ago, when they first came into the Netherlands. After a few years I quit for quite a while, but in October 2015 I started collecting Pokemon cards again. Then I came, one site I used to buy a lot of cards on was trollandtoad.com, and one day on impulse I just bought all the Pikachus they had available. And well, that's kind of how it started. I started buying all kind of Pikachus, all kind of different languages. Started looking for all the cards that existed. And at the start of 2016 I had already a little over 200. Then in February I joined the E4 forum. I'll leave a link in the description. And I also came across Justinator's collection. At the time he owned 550 Pikachus. So at the time he was the biggest Pikachu collector in the world. And on this list I saw Pikachus that I never even seen before or heard about. And some of them I still haven't seen today, but I only know they exist thanks to him. So I owe a lot of thanks to him. And now, at the end of 2016, I currently own little over 700 unique Pikachu cards, and I still have more incoming in the mail every day. So yeah, as far as I know, I currently have the biggest collection. Regarding the boundaries of my collection, at first I only collected regular sized TCG Pikachu cards. So I don't collect any stickers or Bandai cards. I also don't collect any Pikachu, other Pokemon cards with Pikachu in the artwork. So no Ditto-shaped Pikachus, Pikachu-shaped Dittos I mean. No victory medals or the Pokemon Illustrator that has recently been sold for $55,000 US. So no need for those. But later I also decided to collect all jumbo sized Pikachu cards, as well as jumbo card featuring Pikachu in the artwork, but more on that later. So now that we know a bit of backstory, let's jump right into it with, of course, the base artwork Pikachu. Well, one thing to note, I will go over all my cards as a slideshow. I wanted to film it while I was browsing to my own binder, but I just couldn't find the correct camera angle. Everything was bouncy, so I figured, why not make it a slideshow? Then you can clearly see every single picture of every Pikachu, and I'll just talk while I show them. So yeah, here's the first Pikachu. This is just a regular base Pikachu. Everyone probably has one that collected since the beginning. Some things to note: it has yellow cheeks. It's English, of course. It has shadows around the borders. And it has a copyright date of 1999. And of course it has no set symbol nor first edition symbol. So that are the characteristics of this base Pikachu. And the things that I just said are to explain the difference between all the others. The second is the first edition Red Cheeks Shadowless. So as you can see, it has red cheeks instead of yellow, which was it is considered the first misprint, but actually it it really isn't a misprint. They later just changed it. So the first few were red cheeks, and later they changed it to yellow. And it has shadowless borders. Next we have the shadowless red cheeks limited edition. So the same as the previous, but without first edition symbol. Next we have the first edition with yellow cheeks. Then we have the Unlimited edition with yellow cheeks. The only difference is that they have shadowless borders compared to the first one that I showed. Then we have the Japanese CD promo. This one looks very similar to the previous one. They actually are, well, the same. The only difference is that this card is released in a Japanese CD promo set, along with some Japanese cards. And the main difference between the two, apart from the slightly lighter color, the main difference is that it's been printed on Japanese paper, which is slightly thinner. So when you shine through both of the cards with a flashlight, you can clearly see the difference. But of course you can also just buy it sealed. Then you know for sure that it's Japanese promo. Next we have the fourth print. This one was printed for the UK and I'm not sure, but also Australia, I think. But mainly the UK. This is the fourth print and it has a copyright date of 1999-2000 instead of only 1999. That's the only difference with the first one. And it's also slightly lighter, but it's mainly the copyright date where you can see the difference. Next we have the Poker Tour 1999 from Australia with the stamp. These were handed out in Australia. Next we have the Yellow Cheeks E3. The E3 was the electronic, I'm not sure how it was called, but these were given in Los Angeles in 1999 or 2000. I believe 1999. And these are also available in red cheeks as a misprint. These are actually very hard to find and one of the more expensive cards. This one is in a map rating case, which is a bit damaged, unfortunately. It's graded 9++. So yeah, that's the Red Cheeks E3. Then we have the World Collection Korean card from 2000. Pikachu had 9 cards in 9 different languages released, which all had this Pikachu stamp. Next we have the Japanese Bulbasaur deck, the number 13 of the Bulbasaur deck. And then we also have the Turtle deck, number 1. If you compare the Bulbasaur and Turtle deck, you can see the differences in layout, because the Turtle deck is of course released during the Neo generation, the second generation. Then we have a Ghost misprint, also known as Phantom misprint, which basically has the first edition symbol, although it's missing a 1 and a D. No idea why it's the D that's missing, but the 1 and the D are missing in addition. And it's also hollow letters instead of the regular black. Next we have a gray stamp Pikachu. As you can see, the first edition symbol is slightly faded due to the printer not pressing hard enough. So this is the gray stamp misprint. You also have one where they with the newer stamps, then you have a fin print. Unfortunately, I'm not even sure that the base Pikachu exists with a fin print, but I don't have it if it does, which is still one card that I'm looking for. I'll explain more about what fin print is later. Next we have this albino misprint. Personally, at first people thought that albino happened because the borders are printed later, and so they are sometimes when the ink is up they are slightly pink, like this one. But personally I think that albino is mainly caused by the sun, discoloration. If you look at the top right border, you can see that it's still a bit of yellow, and that the entire card is also more faded than usual. So this is just the sun's doing. Speaking about the sun's doing, we have a sun bleached card. Someone has put this in the sun for more than a year, and well, this is the result. Pikachu looks a bit pale. But this is my most recent addition to the collection, and I just liked the way it looked. So I'm glad that I was able to buy it. Next, we have the Japanese no rarity card. This is basically the first edition Japanese card. As you can see in the bottom right corner, it's missing the round common symbol, which is why they are called no rarity cards. Next, we have the first edition Dutch one. I'm Dutch myself, so that's why I show it first. One thing to note, if you look at the first edition symbol, is that it's very thin. And when you compare it with the regular first edition English one, you see that it's slightly wider, which is what I meant with the thin print that I mentioned before when I showed the grey stamp. So I'm still looking for an English one with a very thin one. Next we have the German first edition, the French first edition, Italian first edition, Spanish first edition with the 1999 copyright, and the first edition Spanish with the 1999-2000 copyright. One is released in Latin America and the other in Europe, in Spain. And they both had different copyright dates. Next, the first edition Portuguese one. Then we have the unlimited edition of now. First edition Chinese one. This one is in PSA 9. And the first edition Korean one, which is also in PSA 9. Next, the unlimited editions. Here we have Japanese one with a rarity symbol this time, so the limited edition. Here we have the Dutch one, the German one, the French, Italian, Spanish with 1999 as copyright date, Spanish with 1999-2000, Portuguese, Chinese, and the pretty rare Korean one. Korean unlimited edition was very short printed, which is why they were pretty hard to find. And this one is also in PSA 9. I also have two autographed Pikachus, bought by Mitsuhiro Arita. One is a Wet Cheeks with his English autograph, and one is just a regular Yellow Cheeks with his Japanese signature. Then we have the base set 2, which has the base set 2 set symbol, and also copyright date of 1999-2000, but that doesn't really matter. Then here we have a very beautiful custom made card made by Yunumbra. She has a Facebook page and she does all kind of extended artworks like this. And it's really a beautiful card, so I'm glad that I was able to buy it. Then recently the XI Evolution set has been released, which also featured the base Pikachu artwork. So here we have the English team deck. The team deck has a slightly shattered glass hollow foil pattern. We have the same card in German, French, Italian, and Spanish. Then we have the reverse hollows. Again, we start with English, German, French, Italian, and Spanish. And of course the non-hollows in English, Japanese. Japanese is released in first edition. They have been reprinted a few of them, but they didn't remove the first edition symbol. So no unlimited edition exists for this card as far as I know. German, French, Italian, Spanish, and this set has also been released in Korean. And last but not least, we have of the base pictures, we have this English XI Evolutions with the almost blue background instead of a very dark purple, and the leaves are also very dark green. So it's basically a darker print. This is well, it's a misprint, ink misprint. I'm not sure how common they are, but I already know that at least 3 exist. I know 2 other people that have one, so they are more common than I originally thought. But I'm glad that I was able to buy one. So yeah, those are all the base Pikachus. So let's continue with Jungle. We start with English Unlimited Edition. Then we have the Legendary Collection. Sorry. We have the Legendary Collection Reverse Fall. With the fireworks pattern, as everyone seems to call it. Beautiful card. Then we have the English First Edition with winner stamp below the set symbol. And also the Italian Unlimited Edition, also with winner stamp. Then we have the World Collection again, this time the Chinese. Then we have the First Edition English, First Edition Dutch, German, French, Italian, Spanish, and I'm still looking for the Portuguese one, the First Edition Portuguese. I have a lot of trouble finding all kind of Portuguese cards because almost all of them are released in Brazil. And I haven't been able to find a middleman that could help me buy some cards from Brazil. So yeah, the Portuguese cards are for me the hardest to find so far. Here we have the Japanese with rarity symbol. This one doesn't exist without. Then we have the Dutch, the German, French, Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. I do have the Unlimited in Portuguese, fortunately. And the Legendary Collection non-holo. Next, we have the Gym Heroes Pikachu. We have the Unlimited Edition English, First Edition English, and the Japanese without the rarity symbol. Then we have the Gym Challenge. Again, English, Unlimited, English first. Japanese without rarity symbol and Japanese with rarity symbol. For some reason these two exist with both with and without rarity symbol, but Gym Heroes only without. Then we go to the Neo Genesis set. We have the English Unlimited, English First Edition, German First Edition, French First Edition, Italian First Edition. I'm still missing Spanish First Edition. Then we have the Japanese Unlimited. Again, just like the Jungle, it only exists in Unlimited. Then we have the German, the French, the Italian, and the Spanish. Onto the extended base set. We have, a regular English, English Reverse Holo, French Reverse Holo, and Italian Reverse Holo. I'm still missing the German one as Reverse Holo. Then we have this sample set. It has a Japanese background, and it's also been released as a Japanese sample card. As you can see, it also has a slightly different font compared to a regular card. Then we have the Japanese First Edition. I'm still missing the Unlimited Edition. We have the German, French, and Italian. And there's also a match print one, but only 2 exists in the world. So I know who has both of them. One of them is Justinator, and the other one is someone who collected the misprint cards. So yeah, only 2 exist, so I don't have it. Next we have the Skywitch card. We have the one in English reverse, French reverse, Italian reverse. I mean, I'm still missing the German reverse holo, and for some reason this one hasn't been released in French. Then we have the Japanese first edition. I'm missing the unlimited edition again. We have the German and the Italian. Then we have the X Sandstorm set. With some of the X sets, they have different codes in the bottom left corner. So for example, with this first English card, you can see the code 3AP WH8431. And those last 3 numbers can be different, because this next one is the code 7G9. And this third code has code GTR. So there are 3 different codes for this set. Then we have the English reverse holo, the German reverse holo, and the Italian reverse holo. I do have the French reverse holo incoming in the mail at the moment, but it hasn't arrived yet, so I can't show it in this video. Next we have the Japanese first edition, again in 4 different codes this time. The Japanese has 4 different codes and the other language is 3. So for this Japanese we have the code that ends with D31, LW1, N9F, and SG9. So those are the 4 codes for this set. And I also have the same 4 codes in a limited edition. Then we have the German, again the 3 codes. The French, again with 3 codes. The Italian with 3 codes. Then we have the Latios deck. We have the one in English, German, French, and Italian. Next we have the X-Team Aqua Phase Team Magma set. We have the English non-holo, English reverse holo, German reverse holo, Italian reverse holo, and I have the French incoming in the mail again. Then we have this Japanese promo, and we have the German, French, and Italian. Next, the X Fire Red Leaf Green set. This one, unlike the previous X Team Aqua Phase Team Magma, has 3 different codes again. So we have the English code with B0P, FB5, and GF6. So those are the 3 codes for this set. Then we have the English holo. This set, instead of reverse holo, it has holo comment, which is, well, looks pretty cool. Then we have the Italian. I have the French one incoming again, and I'm still missing the German one. Then we have the Japanese with 4 different codes. We have 4NK, 4PI, 6QG, and HTD, and the same 4 codes in a limited edition. Then German with the 3 codes. French, I only have 2 of the codes. I'm still missing one. The one I'm missing is B0P. Then Italian, I do have all 3 codes for Italian. Then the X Emerald set, again with 3 codes. The English with 6MF, 71B, and WCR. Then the English holo, the French holo, and the German holo. I currently have the Italian holo incoming, and I'm still missing, of course, the Portuguese holo. Portuguese are just a pain to get for me. Next, the English with the Comic Con stamp in the image, and the Japanese with the WHF stamp, and also the French with the stamp, non-holo. Then the Japanese first edition and the limited edition. These one don't have different codes. Then the German, all 3 codes. And also another German which is slightly miscut. Then the French, all 3 codes. The Italian, all 3 codes. And for the Portuguese I only have one, which is the 6MF. I'm still missing the other 2 codes. Then we have the X-Legend Maker set, the Secret Rare. We have the English, German, French and Italian. There is also a non-holo English one, which has been released in Sweden, I believe. No, Switzerland. This one has been released in Switzerland, which I'm still missing. And we have the Japanese non-holo, the promo. Then we have the X-Holland Phantoms, the first one. There are a total of 3 for this set, but this is the first in English. The English holo, the French holo. This one is very damaged, but I have a better version incoming. The Italian, and I'm still missing the German one. Then we have the Japanese first edition, Japanese Unlimited edition, and the German, French and Italian non-holos. Then we have the second X-Holland Phantoms, the English holo, French holo, and I'm still missing the German and Italian ones. Japanese first edition, Japanese Unlimited edition, German, French, Italian. Then of course the third one from X-Holland Phantoms, the Gold Star, Gold Star, the English, the Japanese from the gift box set, the German, the French and the Italian. Then we have the X-Power Keeper set. We have the English holo, German holo, French holo. For some reason this one hasn't been released in Italian. We have the Japanese McDonald's promo, Japanese Champions pack in first edition and Unlimited edition, and the German and French non-holos. Then we have the Mysterious Treasures set. We have the English reverse holo with diamond and pearl stamp, and the reverse holo without diamond and pearl stamp. The Japanese holofoil promo, the French reverse holo, and the Spanish reverse holo with diamond and pearl stamp. So as you can see, I'm still missing the German, Italian. I think it also been released in Spanish, which I'm missing, and perhaps even Portuguese. Yes, I'm also missing the Portuguese reverse holo, and I'm missing the Polish reverse holo. This is one of the only sets that has been released in Polish. Then we have the non-holos. We have the Japanese first edition, Japanese Unlimited edition, German, French, Italian, Spanish, and here we have the Polish that I just said. And I'm still missing, of course, the Portuguese. Then we have the Majestic Dawn set. We have the English reverse holo with platinum stamp, English reverse holo without the stamp, Japanese holofoil promo, German reverse, French reverse, Italian reverse. Then we have the Japanese, the Unlimited edition, This one hasn't been released in first edition, by the way. So we just have the Japanese, German, French, and Italian. Then the Stormfront set. We have the English reverse holo, German reverse holo, and French reverse holo. I'm still missing the Italian one. And also the Spanish. Then we have the Japanese first edition, Japanese unlimited edition, the German, French, Italian, and Spanish. Then we have the Rising Rivals Pikachu, the secret rare. We have it in English, Japanese first edition, Japanese unlimited edition, German, another German. This one has a few ink dots on the back of the card, which is why I have two. The French and the Italian. Then we have the Supreme Victor set. We have the English reverse holo, the Japanese holo from the Raichu deck, the German reverse holo, French reverse holo. Again, this one hasn't been released in Italian. The Japanese non-holo, the German, and the French. Then we have the Arceus set. We have the English reverse holo, German reverse holo, and French reverse holo. Again, it hasn't been released in Italian. No, wait, this one is the Italian reverse holo. It hasn't been released in French. My bad. The Japanese first edition, Japanese unlimited edition, the German, and the Italian. I'm still missing the Korean one. I'm also still missing the Korean one from the previous set, the Supreme Victor. Next we have the Hard Gold Soul Silver set. We have the English reverse holo, Japanese first edition reverse holo. This set is very short printed and hard to find for the unlimited edition. I haven't seen a single unlimited edition Pikachu, but the set does exist. I have seen a few cards from this L1 set, but no Pikachu so far. The German reverse holo, French reverse holo, Italian reverse holo, and I'm still missing both the Spanish and Portuguese reverse holos. Then we have the English Pokemon Day stamp, the German Pokemon Day stamp, and I'm still missing the Italian Pokemon Day stamp. I also have the German Snowflake calendar stamp. Then we have the Japanese first edition, again, still missing the limited edition, I've never even seen it before. Then we have the non-holos, German, French, Italian, and Spanish. I'm still missing the Portuguese one, and I'm not sure, no, it hasn't been released in Korean, so I'm only missing the Portuguese non-holo. Then we have the Raichu deck, number 2 of 30 in English, and number 16 of 30 in English. The same two cards, 2 in French, 16 in French, 2 in Italian, and 16 in Italian. They haven't been released in German or Spanish, as far as I know. Next we have the Undaunted set. We have the English reverse holo, German reverse holo, French reverse holo, Italian reverse holo, the Japanese unlimited edition. I'm still missing the first edition. Then we have the German, French, and Italian. Then we have the black and white secret rare. We have the English. We have the first edition Japanese, unlimited edition Japanese, German, French, Italian, and Spanish. And of course, I'm still missing the Portuguese one. Then we have Next Destinies. We have the English, non-holo, English reverse holo, German McDonald's promo holo, French reverse holo, Italian reverse holo, and Spanish reverse holo. I'm still missing the German reverse holo. Then we have Japanese first edition, Japanese unlimited edition, German, French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, and Korean. From this set and onwards, there aren't any reverse holo Portuguese cards anymore, which is good because I have a pain to find all the Portuguese cards. I can't even find the non-holos, so I'm glad they don't have reverse holos as well. So from Next Destinies and onwards, regarding Pikachus, there are no more reverse holos. Next, we have the Boundaries Crossed set, the English non-holo, English reverse holo, French reverse holo, Italian reverse holo, and Spanish reverse holo. I'm still missing the German reverse holo. Then we have the Japanese Unlimited Edition from the Oshawa deck. I'm still missing the first edition, the German, the French, the Italian, and the Spanish. And of course, I'm missing the Portuguese. Then we have the Legendary Treasures. We have the English, the Japanese first edition. This one hasn't been released in Unlimited. And the Korean. Korean has a beautiful gold border, unlike the Japanese with the silver border. Next, we have the XI Pikachu. We have the English McDonald's holo, the English movie or blister, I'm not sure which one, but also holo, but not McDonald's, and a reverse holo. The Japanese Starfall holo, the promo from Pokemon Center. The Japanese CP4 reverse holo. The German reverse holo. French reverse holo. French promo, I mean. The holo. French reverse holo. Italian reverse holo. Spanish reverse holo. Korean with the Shattered Fall pattern all over the card, Shattered Glass I mean. The Russian holo, from this set and onwards, Russian cards has been released. The Russian reverse holo, the Japanese non-holo MMB set, the Japanese first edition, and the Japanese unlimited edition, the German, French, Italian, Spanish, Korean, and Russian. Yes, Russian. I'm still missing, of course, the Portuguese. That's the only one I'm missing of this entire XI Pikachu. Next, Furious Fist. We have the English reverse holo, German, French, Italian, Spanish, and Russian. Then we have the Japanese promo, then the German non-holo, French non-holo, Italian, Spanish, and Russian, and I'm missing the Portuguese. The Roaring Skies cards. We have the English McDonald's promo from 2015, the English McDonald's promo from 2016. The difference is with the set symbol at the bottom right corner. The English reverse holo, German reverse holo, French McDonald's 2015, French McDonald's 2016, French reverse holo, Italian 2016 McDonald's, Italian reverse holo, Spanish 2016 McDonald's, Spanish reverse holo, and the Russian reverse holo. I still have the Russian McDonald's incoming for 2016, and it hasn't been released in German as far as I know. Then the English Build-A-Bear Workshop stamp. Then the Japanese McDonald's promo. The Japanese Dunshi promo with the red stamp on the artwork. Another Japanese promo, which I'm not sure which one, but it has a red symbol at the bottom left corner. And the Japanese promo without any stamps, which has actually been released last from these four. Then the German non-holo, French non-holo, Italian non-holo, Spanish, Russian, and of course I'm missing the Portuguese. Then we have the breakthrough set. We have the English reverse holo, German reverse holo, French reverse holo, Italian reverse holo, Spanish, and Russian. Then we have the Japanese sneak peek set. We have the German non-holo, French non-holo, Italian, Spanish, Korean, and Russian, and of course I'm missing the Portuguese. Then we have the XI Generation set. Here we have the Radiant Collection full art in English, Japanese first edition, which hasn't been released as a limited edition, German, French, Italian, Spanish, and Korean. I'm still missing the Portuguese one, of course, and the Russian one will soon be released. I have a Russian contact, so I will be able to get it pretty fast after it's been released. Then the XI Generations regular card, the English 20th anniversary stamped holo, Toys R Us holo, and a reverse holo. Then the German reverse holo, French 20th anniversary, French Toys R Us, French reverse holo, Italian reverse holo, and a Spanish reverse holo. Then the Japanese 20th anniversary set, the German non-holo, French, Italian, Spanish, and as I said, I'm still missing the Portuguese, and the Russian will soon be released. Then the Pikachu Libre set. We have the non-holo in English, the holo in English, the Japanese promo holo, the German holo, and the French holo, as well as the German non-holo and French non-holo. And I'm still missing both of the Portuguese ones. Then we have the pop set. We start with pop 2, the English, Japanese promo, German, French, Italian, and it may be strange that I have it, but Portuguese. Then the pop 4, I really love this artwork. It's one of my favorite artworks for Pikachu. We have the English holo, French holo, Japanese McDonald's promo, German non-holo, French non-holo, Italian non-holo, and I'm still missing the Portuguese. And this set has also been released in Chinese. There are only a couple cards released in Chinese. The base set was one of them. The World Collection Pikachu is another one, and this promo, this pop 4 has been released. There has also been Chinese cards released for the X Legend Maker set, but this was excluding secret rares and box toppers, so no Chinese secret rare Pikachu exists for the X Legend Maker. Then we have the pop 5, the Pikachu with Wailord. We have the English reverse holo. English holo with the reverse back. The this one is actually more common to find than the corrected one without the reverse back. The Japanese promo, the German, and the Italian. I'm still missing the French one, although I'm not 100% sure it exists. But if it exists, I'm missing the French. Then the next pop 5, we have the English, the Japanese promo, the German, and the Italian. And again, French exists, I'm missing it. Then pop 6, we have the English holo, the German holo, the English Pokemon Day stamp. I'm still missing the Italian Pokemon Day stamp. I know it exists, but I'm missing it. The Japanese promo and the Italian. Then we have the pop 9, we have the English, the Japanese holo promo, the French holo, the English Pokemon Day stamp, the German Pokemon Day stamp, the Italian Pokemon Day stamp, then the Japanese, the German, and the Italian. Now onto the promos. We have the English promo 1, the Ivy Pikachu. We have with the first edition misprint. We have the World Collection in Portuguese. We have the LPP Collecting with the English stamp and the LPP Collecting with the Italian stamp. LPP Collecting is the Italian collecting one for Pokemon. Then we have the this English card, which has been released in Japanese. It's a glossy promo. It's also known as grey stamp. As you can see at the promo logo, it's slightly smaller and grey. But this one has been released in Japanese, in Japan. And it's also slightly different at the bottom of the card. Then we have the Japanese glossy promo and the Japanese non-glossy promo. Another different thing to note about these two cards is that the glossy has Ken Sugimori and the other has Keiji Kanbuchi. And Keiji Kanbuchi is the one that made this artwork, so the one with Ken Sugimori is actually also a misprint, but it's the same for all these cards. Then one of the recent promos of the XI promo set, which also has the different layout. As you can see at the top, it has the diamond shaped base Pokemon thing, which is for the new layout for these last few XI sets. And the German regular. Then we have the Warner Bros. Pikachu. First we have the English with the stamp. I'm still missing the English one with the stamp first at the bottom left corner. The inverted stamp misprint. As far as I know, at least one sheet has been printed like that with 30 cards. Although some people assume it has been more than one sheet because quite a lot has popped up. But I'm still missing that one. Then we have one of the recent Pokemon League promos with a new layout, and it's also a holo. This card looks pretty cool holo in my opinion. Then we have the Dutch World Collection 2000. We have the Japanese no rarity and the Japanese from the first vending series, the vending series 0, which consisted of 3 cards, Pikachu, Mew and Mewtwo, which is a glossy rare. Then we have this Donchi promo from XI that has recently been released. We have the Dutch, German, this very special French card. This French card, no idea why, but this French card has been released in Japan. It's a glossy promo. It was part of the Gotha magazine from 2000 or 2001. I'm not entirely sure. And it has been released together with a glossy Mew. But yeah, this is a French card released in Japan. Don't ask me why, I don't know. But this is a glossy promo, and here we have the French without glossy, so just the regular French one. Then the Italian. The Italian, and the Italian with miscut. I was a bit confused because I had two, but this Italian one is a slightly miscut. And the Spanish. Then we have this Toyota Pikachu, which is the same Pikachu pose, but with a different background. It's also known as the second Jungle Pikachu. And we also have the Bulbasaur deck, the number 40, with the same artwork. Then we have the Birthday Pikachu, the English Holo, the Japanese Holo with the white star, the French, and the Italian. I'm still missing the German one, which is very hard to find. I've only recently discovered that it actually exists, but it does. I still have to find it. And the English non-holo from the World Collection set. Another interesting thing to note that not everyone knows is that when you look at the very first card, the English holo, it's slightly more zoomed in compared to the others, which is interesting thing to note. Then the Nata Wake Pikachu, the Birthday Pikachu with the alternate artwork from Japan. Then the Flying Pikachus, we have the English Secret Rare from the Rising Rivals set, the Japanese first edition, Japanese Unlimited edition, German, French, and Italian. Then the German World Collection stamp from 2000, the Japanese Glossy promo, the German regular. There's also a German one that says Flug Pikachu instead of Fliegendes Pikachu, which is a very rare misprint, that short print actually, that I'm still missing. We have the French, the Italian, and I'm still missing the Spanish one. Then we have the XI Evolutions promo of non-holo Secret Rare, the English, the Japanese promo, and the non-holo Secret Rare for German, French, Italian, and Spanish. And here we have the first alternate artwork with the plane from Japan, and the second alternate artwork, which is completely different and also is a plane from Japan. Then the Snap Pikachu. We have the English, the Spanish from the World Collection set, the Japanese, the German, the French, Italian, and Spanish. Then we have the Bumblebee Pikachu, as it's been called. Personally, I don't really think it resembles a bumblebee, but that's what people call it. We have the English, the Italian Pokemon World Collection stamp, the Japanese No Rarity, and the Japanese Glossy Rarity, with Rarity, Uncommon, which is part of the Vending series. I think the first or second, not entirely sure which one. I know it's not the third, but it's either the first or second. And the Italian. Then the Surfing Pikachu. We have the English Rising Rival Secret Rare, Japanese First Edition, Japanese Unlimited Edition, German, French, and Italian. Then we have the Italian World Collection stamp, and I have a second one which has a few ink lines at the top. Normally I wouldn't really care about it all that much, but I bought this entire World Collection set mint, still in the package, so I know this hasn't been drawn on by someone else. It's actually a misprint. It's very small. I just decided to buy another loose one. Then the Web First Edition Japanese. The Unlimited Edition, the Japanese Glossy promo, the German, sorry, I'm still missing the German, but the French. The French one again. If you look at the differences, you see at the bottom 1999-2000 as copyright date and 1985-2001 as copyright date. So those are two different versions. And the Italian, as I said, I'm still missing the German as well as the Spanish one. Next we have the XI Evolutions Pikachu. The XI Evolutions the Japanese promo, the German XI Evolutions, French, Italian and Spanish, and the Mount Fuji with the Junior Railroad track, I believe, with the alternate artwork with the different background from Japan. Next we have this English 12 promo, the holo, Japanese holo, English non-holo with the 10th anniversary stamp, Japanese non-holo, and the Italian with the 10th anniversary stamp. Then we have this 35 English holo, the Japanese non-holo with 2005 stamp, PSA 10. And this one also has been released as non-holo in Sweden, which I'm still looking for. Then the Diamond and Pearl promo in English with the silver snowflake stamp from the calendar set, German with the stamp, and French with the stamp. Then the Japanese promo, holoful, German without stamp, and I'm still missing the French without stamp, and I'm also missing both the Italian with and without stamp, although I'm not 100% sure they exist, but I do think they do. I think they do, but yeah, those three are missing. Then the Japanese first edition non-holo, and the first edition, the limited edition non-holo. Then the Hard Gold Soul Silver promo in English. The Japanese with the 019 LP stamp of set number. This one also has been released as a very short printed 16 DPTP promo. Both of them has been released for Daisu Club with 16 DPT is a lot rarer than this 19 LP. And here we have the French holo and the Italian holo. I think it also exists in German, but I'm not entirely sure. Here we have the black and white promo in English, the non-holo. The Japanese holo promo with the very weird holo pattern. The Italian holo, and I'm still missing the French, the German and the Spanish. And the Japanese promo, non-holo. Then we have the first Pikachu X, the XI 48 promo in English, Japanese first edition, German, French and Korean, and I'm still missing the Italian, Spanish and Portuguese. Although I'm not sure if the Italian and Spanish exist. I do know the Portuguese exists, but I don't have it yet because, well, it's Portuguese. Next we have this Picnic Pikachu in English, French and the non-holo promo in Japanese, and I'm still missing the same card as tournament promo for Portuguese. Then this XI 89 in English, holo, Japanese and Korean. Then the second Pikachu EX, which is the English, the Japanese Secret Rare from the XI Evolution set, or CP6 set I should say, the German, French, Italian, Spanish, and Korean. Also the CP6 secret rare. Then we have the XI 174, again Pikachu EX. We have the English, German, French, Italian, Spanish, Korean, and Russian. Surprisingly enough, this one hasn't been released in Japanese yet, and I'm not entirely sure about Portuguese. Then we have all kind of promos that don't have any, that are only exclusively printed in Japanese. Well, actually maybe in a few other languages as well, but not in English. We have this 4P promo, this McDonald's promo, and a McDonald's Holo promo. We have this these two cards. Both have the exact same background, but the Pikachu is different, which is pretty cool. Next, one of my favorite artworks again, the Pokepark 2005 promo from Japan. Really love the Pikachu's playing. And the other Pokemon Park, the Holo. Then we have the 98 Deep Diamond and Pearl promo from the Pokemon Center snaps. The 99, the 100 as PSA 10, and the 101. And I'm still missing the 5th 102. For some reason it's, well, pretty hard to find these days. So I'm still missing the 102. Then we have the level X Japanese promo, Ash Pikachu, with the weird hollow pattern. And the other Ash Pikachu from the 10th the 10th movie. What was it called? 10th movie. Well, I'm not entirely sure, but the movie. Then we have this Japanese promo with Pikachu in the garden. Pikachu with Snivy and Victini as promo. This 151 black and white promo. This one also has been released in Korean, which I'm missing. This very beautiful black and white promo. This was the first Pikachu full art that has been released. Very beautiful card. Then we have 3 soccer Pikachus. We have this one, and this one. Then we have this Pikachu TV ad, which has real people in the background. And we have this Fujita Nikoro. I hope I pronounced it right, probably not. But also with a real person in the background. Then we have 3 Pikachu Outbreak cards. The 68, 69 and 70. Really love these artworks as well. Then we have these beautiful full arts. We have the 2014, 2015 and the 2016. I also have this 2014 signed by Imakuni. And now that I mention it, I also forgot this EX Sandstorm Pikachu signed by Mitsuhiro Arita. This was the very first autograph card that I had. And I have the 2015 Festa promo with event organizer stamp incoming, which is currently incoming in the mail, which is was pretty expensive, but I'm glad that I won it. Next we have these warm Pikachu promos, all 4 of them. We have the 94, the 95, the 96 and the 97. Then we have this Charizard cosplay promo, Charizard cosplay with the Dene, these other Pikachu cosplay cards, this Pokemon Center Starfall holo promo with Lucario Mega Slowbro, and Dino, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but cosplay Pikachu. Another cosplay Pikachu, and another. Then we have these, cosplay Pikachu again. And here we have another cosplay Pikachu, one of the full arts. This one is Magikarp. I also have Quuador, Charizard X, Charizard I, Mega Charizard, Rayquaza, Shiny Rayquaza. Then we have this recently released Mario Pikachu, as well as the full art Mario Pikachu, the Luigi Pikachu, and the full art Luigi Pikachu. Then we have this 20th anniversary Japanese first holo promo, or Starfall for first holo, with Mitsuhiro Arita stamp. Not signed, it is signed, but it's printed like this. Then we have this Japanese Pikachu from the starter blister. I also have the English promo incoming. Then we have this Japanese promo, one of the Sun and Moon promos. The previous card was also Sun and Moon. It's both the same Pikachu but from a different angle. I think, I'm not entirely sure, but it looks like it. Then we have this other Pikachu promo on the beach. This Pikachu Starfall promo with Alola, Vulpix and Poplio. Then we have this full art Team Skull, as well as all kind of teams. We have Team Skull, Team Rocket, Team Aqua, and a few more, all villainous Pikachus. Then we have the Pikachu Rumble. Now we're coming into a few more special sets. So we have the English Pikachu Rumble and the Japanese non-holo Pikachu Rumble. We have this Warner Bros. Pikachu. This Pikachu, from a special set of 9 cards. This Pikachu. This Oyama Pikachu from the Vending Series 3. Then the World Collection. We have the USA with English back and with Japanese back. We have the Japanese with green background, with blue background, with English card background, and with Japanese card background. Then we have the German with English background, German with Japanese background. Same for the French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Korean, and Polish. These are, the other 2 Polish cards that exist. Then we have some very special Pikachu cards, because we have this Art Academy Pikachu. This was the very first one that I had. There are a total of 12 in existence. 12 different Pikachu Art Academy cards. Of each of these are only 100 in existence, so they are pretty expensive and hard to find. So far only 7 has even popped up. 6 I think has popped up. But this is the Japanese red raincoat one. And here we have the English, dancing Hawaii Pikachu. And I also have the chef one incoming. So I'm still looking for the other 9. Then here we have my jumbo collection. As I said at the beginning, I used to only collect regular sized, but I found out that there weren't as many Pikachu jumbos, so I started collecting those as well. And I actually finished the collection in just less than 2 months. So here we have the base Pikachu, Pikachu Vacation, Pikachu and Pichu, a Captain Pikachu. This is very beautiful artwork in my opinion, one of my favorites. This birthday Pikachu. This one is actually the hardest to find from the Jumbo Pikachus, because kids could get this card in Japan when they showed their birth certificate on the birthday. Only then they were able to get this card. So it's pretty hard to find one in this good condition, or to find it at all. Then this black and white birthday Pikachu with the happy birthday hollow stamp. This Pikachu. This other birthday Pikachu. And this one went on a shop, I think. This Beams Pikachu. The Toys R Us Pikachu present. This French Jumbo Pikachu from the picnic. This Pikachu EX in English, German, French, Italian and Spanish. And since there aren't a lot of Pikachu Jumbos, I also decided to collect cards featuring Pikachu in the artwork for the Jumbos. So here we have one of the Tropical Island cards from 1999 with Snorlax and of course Pikachu. These aren't as big as the other Jumbo cards, but they are still bigger than a regular card. They are the size of a postcard and actually are a postcard if you look at the back of the card. Then this Jigglypuff Clefairy Pikachu, Pokemon Valley with Pikachu, Pokemon Plaza, Mewtwo Returns with Pikachu in the background, Tepig, Oshawott, Mewtwo. This one was the last Pikachu Jumbo that I had to find, and I actually found it on the Japanese Yahoo after a tip from someone. I was able to buy it through the middleman services of Noppin. Rayquaza with Pikachu riding on Altaria's back. And the last Inkay. And yeah, that's it. That's my entire Pikachu collection. Almost 700 now, or a little over 700. And as I said, still a few incoming in the mail. And as far as I know, currently the 807 Pikachu cards exist, and I have 695 of those, with 8 more incoming, excluding some of the miscut, ink misprints, autographed cards that well, are almost one of a kind. So I have excluded those. So I now have 695 Pikachus. And well, here I showed all of them. So yeah, it's a pretty long video. I hope it wasn't too long, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. All the different cards that exist. If you have any Pikachus at all that I haven't mentioned, please let me know, because I'm also if you have any information for Pikachus that I don't know exist yet, then I would love to add them to my list, or even better, to my collection. If you also have any cards that I'm still missing, contact me as well, because I'd love to buy them. And if you also know someone from Brazil that is able to help me buy a few Pikachus from there, then I also really appreciate it, because those Portuguese cards are almost impossible to get for me. Yeah, that's basically it. Thank you all for watching, and again, to my subscribers, I will have uploaded a video, collection update video for my trusty puzzles at the same time. So yeah, goodbye.